Okay, well, welcome to yet another unboxing that's going to be done. I'm Aaron. I'm one of the hosts of the Action Points podcast. You can find our stuff at theactionpointspodcast.com and at action_points. And yeah, I do a bunch of unboxings on Periscope quite regularly. So if you want to see more unboxings of board games, you can check us. Just follow me and you'll see lots of that. Today, or right now, I'm going to be unboxing Mysterium, which is a board game from Libelud. I actually have the original version. Well, not the original, not the Ukrainian version. I actually have the Polish version of the game that was put out by Portal Games, which is Tajemnic Domostwo. And this is, as I mentioned, a Ukrainian game, and they finally released an English version. So it's designed by Alexander Nevsky and Oleg Sidorenko. I don't know how I'm pronouncing these. It's a really, really cool game, and I'm glad to finally have this English version, even though I have the other version, because of this. I really want this ghost screen that comes with this game. So, without further ado, let's take a look at what's inside the box. Alright, plastic's off, and let's look at what's in the box. It's a really spooky looking cover. A little bit more blues than the browns and reds from the original box. Here we go. Let me put out of the way, and right off the bat you see there's a wonderful clock thing which you put together that functions as the timer for the game. Yeah, Dan is not a good ghost. And these are the tokens for the players, or guest tokens, and the player pieces as well. And there's more there. Finally, we come to the ghost screen. So, I'll explain the concept of the game a little bit. Oh, that's so good. Look at that. It's got little pockets for the cards to go in, so that the ghost can look at all the cards at once. That is worth the price of admission, in my view. And look at those crystal balls. It's a sand timer as well. You don't really need it, but it's handy to have if you have slow players. Look at these crystal balls. So each player gets one of these crystal balls. Just focusing. There. And they use that to guess which cards they think the ghost is trying to send them to. Oh, that's all really nicely produced. And these cards for the items, cards for the, these are the dream cards. That's the plastic piece for the clock. These are the location cards. Double-sided. You have little player sheets as well. Little envelopes for the players. And these are the ghosts cards. Okay, so I'll explain the game a little bit as I open up the components. So first off, I'll take out the big location and character cards. So in this game of Mysterium, the whole conceit of the game is that you are a ghost. One player plays as a ghost. It's a cooperative game, but it's asymmetrical. So one player will play as the ghost, who will be giving clues to the players to solve the mystery of this mysterious house. Okay. So there are these cards that will be set out on the table. For example, there's the Magician, there's the Nun. Look at that art, that's pretty amazing. I think that's probably the school teacher, and the soldier. So let's say, for example, there are these 4 cards on the board that are the characters. So these are the character cards. And then there are location cards as well. So you've got your character cards, and then you have your location cards. Let's just quickly do that. Get a bit more space. Let's pretend these are the blues kind of blend in together. So these are some of the location cards. And if you have the Polish version of the game, you'll notice that the art of the character cards and the location cards are different in the English version. They've commissioned new art for it. Everything looks a little spookier, I guess. But the colors kind of blend into each other. Okay. So you have location cards, and you have these character cards, and the ghost will have the same set. There are item cards as well here. Getting this open. Has anyone on the stream played this game before? Other than Dan. I know you're there, Dan. No? No one's... Okay, got it. No one's tried it? It's a really cool game. Okay, so there will be these item cards as well. Just drop one. So, in the center of the table, you will have these cards. Let's just pretend they're those cards. Obviously, you'll lay them out a bit more spread out in the actual game, but I don't have. I'm just gonna do a quick example, and then the ghost will have the exact same cards. So the question was, will these functional additions make it faster to play? I think so. The thing that really, I mean, the setup is still going to be slow because you have to find the duplicates and stuff like that. So that's not changed. However, it just makes it easier for, so you would have the exact same ones. It will just make it easier for the ghost player to track stuff all at once, all the information together. So the ghost, one player will play as the ghost, and we'll have this board here, and they will make sets. So for example, if the other two players that are playing are black and blue, so the black player will have the razor, the blue player. So this is so someone's just joined the stream. This is the game Mysterium. So the blue player will have the dumbbell. We'll have this room and this room. Look, they slide right in. Magician, and let's say the school teacher. Oops. So the ghost, one player will play as the ghost, and the other players are mediums or spiritualists who are trying to communicate with the ghost. But the ghost can only communicate in the form of prophetic dreams, and these are the dream cards. And if you've played the original Ukrainian or Polish versions of Mysterium, you'll notice that these are the exact same dream cards from that version. Yep, same art, different backs. So from this stack of dream cards, the ghost will have a hand of like 7 cards, and then using these dream cards, they will pass messages. So the ghost is not allowed to talk at all, and it will pass messages to the players and get them to figure out, to guess who was the suspect in their death. There's a few slight rule changes from the version that I played, which is the Polish version. So I don't remember all the exact rule changes, but in the previous one, the main conceit is that you were trying to recreate the events of the night of your death, and then one of these two is actually your actual murderer, and you're trying to point them out to the mediums, and you'll use your cards to communicate. So you might, and you will always go from top to bottom. So the first thing you will want them to guess is the person. So that's the school teacher and the magician. So I possibly would give the blue player the stack of books and the animals on top of each other, because this feels like geography and learning. So I might give this to the blue player, and I might then, I'll get new cards, and then as a ghost I might try to give, I'll have to give different cards to the black player to guess the magician. I might possibly give this card because it has rabbits in it, and you know magicians pull rabbits out of their hats. So I might just give 1 card instead of more to that player, and they'll try to interpret what these cards mean, and then there'll be they will have these other options to choose from, and they'll have to figure out what cards the ghost means, and then you'll have to guess. And I know for sure they've changed the end game, how the game ends in this version, so I won't give any wrong information there. But yeah, the components are really nice. The art on the cards is fantastic. Excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry about that. And yeah, it's really fantastic component quality in the whole thing, and the insert is designed really well as well. It holds everything nicely. So they've got slots for the player pieces, slots for the cards as well. So I will put these here. No, that's where the dream cards go. I'll put this there. The item deck will go here. Locations, dream cards, characters. Locations, characters, and all the cards are numbered as well, so it'll be easier now to find them, supposedly. And these green cards. And yeah, I'll be punching and building these stuff, but these will go in there for the player pieces, so these markers, and then you will build the clock as well, which functions as the timer for the game, a round timer. So yeah, I'll leave this here for now. I'm gonna put that together in a bit. Otherwise, that is Mysterium. It's a pretty great board game. And if you want to check out more unboxings, follow me here on Periscope. And I also do a podcast at the Action Points podcast. And we we're also on Twitter as @action_points. Alright, that's it for now. See you guys.